In the business world, there are a series of forces at work that keep a company's price down. Now, this is not a government conspiracy. It's not a secret group of people deciding how much profit each company can keep. It's just a function of human behavior and economics. According to Michael Porter's theory, these 5 forces are threat of new entrants, rivalry among existing firms, threat of substitutes, bargaining power of suppliers, and the bargaining power of buyers. In Stillwater, Oklahoma, there's only one movie theater. Imagine you are that theater owner. The first force, threat of entrance, means that someone could come into Stillwater and open a second theater. They might think, that guy's making a killing at that theater. I'm going to open my own theater and get in on the action. So just the threat of someone else coming in and opening up a competing business might persuade you to keep your prices reasonable. The second force is rivalry among existing firms. Rivalry among existing firms means competition. If there were another theater in town, you're competing against them in ticket prices, concession prices, show times, and the comfort and cleanliness of your theater. You gotta start cleaning the gum off the floor. If you raise your prices too high, people will just go to the other theater. The third force is the threat of substitutes. So now not only do you have to worry about other theaters, but what other forms of entertainment could substitute for going to a movie? Netflix, Hulu, or even substitutes like mini golf or the trampoline park could be an option for people wanting to go have fun. If your prices are too high, people may look for substitutes. The fourth force is the bargaining power of suppliers. In this case, you get your movies from a distributor. If you don't like the terms of that agreement, that supplier may say, too bad, take it or leave it. And if there are very few or no other suppliers, you don't have much leverage. So the supplier's power can affect your profits. The fifth force is the bargaining power of buyers. For your movie theater, an individual buyer may not have much power. A guy and his date walk up to the window and he says, $12? I'm not paying $12 for a movie ticket. And the ticket clerk says, okay, fine. Who's next in line? But imagine if a large fraternity approached the theater manager and said, we want to bring our members and their guests to a private showing of a certain movie. We'll have 150 people, but we don't want to pay full ticket price. What kind of discount can you give us? Now the theater owner or manager has to decide if he wants to give a price cut in order to get a good piece of business. If he doesn't offer a discount, he knows that large group could walk away and decide to do some other activity, and he would lose out on that revenue. These 5 forces are at work in just about every industry. This can be helpful for a new entrepreneur considering a new business. He or she should look at that overall industry, whether it's software, landscaping, consulting, or manufacturing tractors, to see how attractive that industry is based on these 5 forces. How likely are new entrants? What's the current competition? Are there reasonable substitutes? What about suppliers and buyers' bargaining power? Now, you can't eliminate all 5 forces, but you may be able to pick an industry where those forces are not as powerful, or you may be able to structure business to minimize those forces and maximize your profit.